Well, yesterday here at SteveDeace.com, we posted an article about Texas Governor Rick Perry, who seems increasingly likely now to enter the fray of the 2012 Republican presidential race. And this was an article that was criticizing Perry from the right, calling him a moderate's favorite conservative. And this video is not intended either to affirm or deny the claims of the article, but we posted that article up on our website. I'd urge you to go to our message boards and check it out for yourself, because it's an example of something we saw in the 2008 presidential race. And if you read the comments section of the article, a lot of people are criticizing its author, saying, well, he's really a Sarah Palin plant, and so you can't trust what he's saying here. And we saw that a lot in 2008. We saw a lot of people that were frankly on the take for Willard Mitchell Romney, calling themselves conservatives, backing the man that gave us America's first ever mandated government health care scheme, taxpayer-funded $50 abortions, hundreds of millions of dollars in increases in taxes and fees in the state of Massachusetts, that put on the court in the state of Massachusetts dozens of liberals, including 2 open homosexual activists, and then is personally responsible for unilaterally enforcing an unconstitutional edict for homosexual marriage. That might be the most liberal record any governor in the history of this republic has ever managed to attain. And yet he was the poster child of the right-wing blogosphere and right-wing talk radio in the last presidential cycle. Well, the other thing we saw in the last presidential cycle is the liberal media trying to pick John McCain, who's only slightly to the right of Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney may be the most liberal governor in the history of the American Republic. John McCain is the most treacherous senator in the history of the conservative movement. He did more damage to the conservative movement as a Republican senator than Ted Kennedy could have ever dreamed. And these are the 2 men that your media elites on both sides of the aisle tried to convince you to vote for last time around. And so it's interesting to see Rick Perry getting attacked on the right, because we don't really know now who we can trust, who doesn't have an angle, who's not working for somebody, who's not secretly helping somebody behind the scenes. And that John McCain dynamic, you're seeing that again today. I woke up this morning to news that something called a Jon Huntsman has announced that he's running for president. And if you do a cursory Google search on the former China ambassador, the word rhino immediately comes to mind. Yet my Twitter feed this morning, it's blowing up from national media people pontificating, is this the man that can bring balance to the force? Let me tell you something. Jon Huntsman, I'm going to be the Republican nominee for president before Jon Huntsman is. No, I'll top that. Barack Obama will be the Republican nominee for president before Jon Huntsman is. Do not let a bunch of elitist Republicans masquerading as conservatives in Washington, D.C. pick your corporatist nominee. Nor do not let a bunch of leftists in the media pick your liberal nominee. This is your chance to have your voice heard. Do your own homework, advance your principles through this process as far as you can. Otherwise, get ready for another 4 years of Barack Hussein Obama. Thanks for joining us today at SteveDeace.com. You can email me, steve@SteveDeace.com. Find me on Facebook at Stephen Deace or on Twitter at Steve_Deace. God bless.